Have you ever noticed how silence can change the course of a relationship? Not just the absence of words, but the quiet moments between friends, partners, or family members. Sometimes, in a relationship, one person may ask for space or begin to avoid you. In these moments, the most loving response is to honor their request with respectful silence. Instead of pushing for answers or trying to close the distance, give them the room they need. This silent support shows maturity and care, allowing both of you to reflect and heal. Remember, giving space is not about punishment. It's about trust and respect. Think about the last time you argued with someone you care about. Maybe words were exchanged, voices raised, and feelings hurt. But then there was a pause, a moment of silence that changed everything. In that quiet, we find space to listen, to reflect, and to truly understand each other. Silence can be the bridge that brings us back together after conflict. It can be the comfort we offer when words fall short, or the understanding we share in a simple, knowing glance. In a world full of noise, silence in our relationships is a rare gift. It allows us to respond with empathy instead of reacting with anger, to offer support without judgment, and to heal wounds that words alone cannot reach. Think about your closest relationships. How many times has a moment of silence brought you closer, even after disagreement? Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply listen, or sit quietly together, letting your presence speak for you. We often think we need to fill every gap with words, but sometimes, silence is the answer that brings the most understanding. This gentle pause can transform tension into connection. It gives us the space to think, to feel, and to choose kindness, and to reconnect with what truly matters, each other. Silence is a habit we can build, one moment at a time. What if you tried it today? What if you let silence do the healing? What if the most loving response you could give is a moment of quiet understanding? This isn't about ignoring those you love. It's about choosing to be present, to listen, and to care deeply. It's about understanding that sometimes silence is the greatest gift you can give. The world will always be noisy. There will always be challenges and misunderstandings. The real strength comes from knowing when to speak and when to let silence do the work. And more importantly, when to embrace the quiet strength of simply being there. In this video, we're going to explore how silence can transform your relationships. We'll uncover why you don't need to react to every word or emotion. We'll see how stepping back and choosing silence can heal, strengthen, and deepen your connections, and how it can bring peace to your heart and to those you love. It's a skill that can help you regain harmony when things feel out of control. It's a tool that can help you build trust and earn deeper respect. So, if you're ready to discover the quiet power that can transform your relationships, stay with me. Let's begin this journey together. Think about a time when you reacted too quickly. Maybe you sent a text in anger that you later regretted. We've all been there. When we react instantly, we are giving our power away. We become a puppet, and our strings are being pulled by everything happening around us. The truth is, most things don't require an immediate answer. Most situations benefit from a pause. When you choose not to react right away, you create a space where clarity is born. It's where you take back your control and start acting from a place of intention rather than impulse. Intentional silence is the ultimate form of strength. It shows that you are in control. It's time to learn that sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all. We often think of communication as being all about words, gestures, and expressions. But silence is one of the most profound ways we communicate. It's a language all on its own. When you choose to be silent, you are creating a space filled with meaning. That silence can mean so many different things, like respect or disagreement. A silent hug communicates more empathy than words ever could. Silence becomes a bridge, connecting two people on a deeper emotional level. Understanding silence gives you incredible power in your interactions. When you learn to read the silences of others, you understand what is truly going on beneath the surface. When you learn to use your own silence intentionally, you gain control over the conversation. Your silence can encourage others to speak more. So start noticing silence and pay attention to the pauses in your next conversation. Recognizing that silence is a powerful communicative act is fundamental. It's a skill that allows you to navigate social situations with more grace and influence. Silence plays a profound role in our relationship with ourselves. In our constantly connected world, we are rarely alone with our thoughts. Constant stimulation prevents us from hearing our own voice. Deliberately create moments of silence to open a door to your inner world. This inner silence is where self-awareness is born. You begin to notice the patterns of your own mind. If you stay with the silence, you begin to untangle the knots and understand the root of your stress or the source of your joy. This is about becoming a gentle observer of your mind. Silence allows your thoughts and emotions to settle, bringing clarity. Practicing inner silence is a form of deep self-care. It can be a silent walk in nature, leaving your phone behind. These small pockets of silence are where you recharge and reconnect with your core self. By embracing this inner quiet, you build resilience. The meaning and value of silence are not universal. They are deeply shaped by our cultural backgrounds. In many Western cultures, like the United States or the United Kingdom, silence in conversation can often be seen as awkward or negative. It's sometimes interpreted as a lack of interest, disagreement, or even a sign that something is wrong. People rush to fill the void, to keep the conversation moving, because continuous talk is often associated with being friendly, intelligent, and engaged. This cultural bias towards speech means we can sometimes miss the subtle power and purpose of a thoughtful pause. In stark contrast, many Eastern cultures, such as in Japan and China, hold silence in very high regard. In these societies, silence can be a sign of wisdom, respect, and emotional control. It is understood that what is left unsaid can be just as important as what is spoken. A silent person may be seen as thoughtful and trustworthy, someone who listens carefully before offering a considered opinion. In a business meeting in Japan, for example, a period of silence after a proposal is not a sign of rejection, but a sign of serious consideration. It is a moment for deep reflection, and interrupting it would be seen as rude and impatient. These cultural differences also extend to our personal relationships. In some collectivist cultures, silence between friends or family members can signify a deep level of comfort and understanding. There is no need to fill the space with words because the connection exists on a deeper, unspoken level. On the other hand, in more individualistic cultures, the same silence might cause anxiety, leading one person to ask, "Is everything okay?" This shows how our cultural programming dictates our interpretation of silence, either as a sign of harmony or a signal of a potential problem that needs to be fixed with words. Understanding these different perspectives is crucial in our increasingly globalized world. It helps us avoid misunderstandings and build better relationships with people from different backgrounds. It also invites us to question our own cultural defaults. Are we talking just because we feel we are supposed to? Are we uncomfortable with silence simply because we've been taught to be? By learning from cultures that revere silence, we can begin to appreciate it not as an empty space, but as a rich and meaningful part of human experience. It encourages us to become more flexible and intentional in our own use of both words and silence. Have you ever noticed how much control you give away when you react instantly to everything? In these moments, you are not in control. Your emotions are. You are letting external events dictate your internal state. When you react on impulse, you are essentially becoming a puppet, and the world is pulling your strings. But when you choose not to react, you break this cycle. By creating a small pause between the event and your response, you are sending a message to yourself and to the world. I am in charge of my own feelings. This is the ultimate act of reclaiming your personal power. Instead, you become the mountain, strong, stable, and unmoved by the passing storms. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about acknowledging them without letting them hijack your behavior. Think of it like this. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Choosing silence, choosing not to engage, is a way of protecting your energy. This shift from being reactive to being responsive is life-changing. You start to operate from a place of inner strength and stability. Our first reactions are often clouded by emotion, leading to poor decisions. When anger or fear takes over, our rational mind is sidelined. Reacting immediately is like navigating through fog. You can't see clearly. But if you pause, you let the fog lift and allow clarity to emerge. That silence gives your mind space to process, letting reason catch up. In that pause, you can ask, what's really happening? What do I want? What's the best way forward? This is where wisdom is found, between impulse and action. Imagine a colleague criticizes you in front of your boss. Instead of snapping back, you pause and say, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll consider it." That moment of silence helps you avoid an emotional outburst and gives you time to evaluate the criticism. You come back with a measured, intelligent response, not a knee-jerk reaction. This habit of pausing before acting improves your decisions, big and small. It helps in negotiations, arguments, and personal challenges. Silence creates a buffer zone for clarity and inner wisdom. By choosing this path, you make fewer mistakes and navigate life with greater skill. You become someone who thinks before speaking, a powerful trait. Let your silence be the space where your best decisions are made. More communication isn't always better sometimes. It's our reactions that cause harm. In heated moments, impulsive words can escalate conflicts and damage trust. Choosing not to react is an act of emotional responsibility. When hurt, pause and say, "I need a moment before I respond." This prevents destructive words and gives space for both sides to cool down. Silence allows you to return to the conversation with respect and understanding. When you don't react to every little thing, people feel safer and more open with you. Your calm presence becomes a safe harbor for honest communication. Sometimes, the best support is silent, attentive presence, not advice. Your quiet focus says, "I'm here, I'm listening, you're not alone." This builds deeper bonds than words ever could. By using silence wisely, you become a source of stability, not drama. You create relationships based on genuine understanding and respect. Let your silence invite authenticity and connection. True relationships thrive in the space between words. The quietest person in the room often commands the most respect. True confidence doesn't need to be loud. Those who talk constantly often seem insecure, seeking validation. In contrast, comfort with silence exudes self-assurance. In a meeting, if provoked, remain calm and silent. This shifts the power dynamic. Your silence is unexpected and shows you're not rattled. It communicates that you're above petty games. Non-reaction disrupts expectations and forces others to reflect on their own behavior. Often they backtrack or reconsider, all without you saying a word. You demonstrate emotional mastery, earning respect naturally. Your silence says, "I know my worth, I don't need to prove it." People listen more carefully when you do speak, knowing your words are intentional. By mastering non-reaction, you build a reputation for wisdom and confidence. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. Let your silence speak for your strength. Respect follows those who choose their words and their silences wisely. When you don't react immediately, people start to wonder. Silence breaks the pattern and forces others to reflect. Your quiet becomes a mirror, making them question their own words and actions. In arguments, your calm silence creates uncertainty for the other person. They replay the conversation, analyzing their own behavior. Your lack of reaction shifts the focus from you to them. In that space, they may realize their mistake without you saying a word. Silence gives them room to see things clearly, without the distraction of a heated exchange. You're not forcing your view, you're creating conditions for self-reflection. This is more powerful than trying to win an argument. Your silence is an active strategy, not passivity. It invites others to look at their own behavior and think more deeply. Instead of adding noise, you introduce clarity. Sometimes the best way to change a situation is to say nothing at all. Let your silence be the catalyst for reflection and change. People are uncomfortable with silence, especially in disagreements or negotiations. When you stay quiet, others feel compelled to fill the void with words. They may reveal more than they intended, offering concessions or exposing their true position. Your silence acts as gentle pressure, encouraging them to talk. In negotiations, state your case, then fall silent. The other person may start negotiating with themselves, revealing limits and alternatives. While they talk, you listen and gather valuable information. Nervous rambling often exposes weaknesses. Your quiet attention makes you appear powerful and thoughtful. You're not revealing your cards, you're letting them lay theirs out. Try this in low-stakes conversations. Hold eye contact and stay quiet. Watch as others elaborate or soften their stance to fill the silence. Sometimes, the best way to win is to let others talk themselves into it. Your silence is a powerful tool. Use it to learn, not just to speak. Let others reveal themselves in the space you create. In a noisy world, calm silence stands out. Emotional control is rare and admirable. When you don't react to drama or provocation, people see you as grounded and wise. This inner strength commands respect. True authority comes from a centered presence, not loud words. By not engaging in petty battles, you elevate yourself. Your silence sets a higher standard for interactions. People learn to approach you with respect, not drama. Your calm becomes a silent boundary others don't cross. Respect is earned through character, not demands. By mastering non-reaction, you build a reputation for strength and wisdom. Let your silence show your self-control and confidence. Over time, people will respect you for what you choose not to say. Have you ever had a disagreement where you said things you didn't mean? Ending a tense conversation with a quiet retreat leaves the door open. It gives the other person space to miss you and value the relationship. When you withdraw your energy calmly, the other person feels that absence. This can lead them to a powerful realization. The conflict isn't worth losing you. Go quiet, focus on your life, and the other person notices your absence. This is when they're most likely to reach out and reconnect. It's about respecting yourself enough to walk away. It is this authentic self-respect that is so attractive. Your silence gives them space to realize your worth, making them come back ready to connect on a healthier level. How do we use silence daily? Use the pause button, a mental button for strong emotional reactions, like when you get a frustrating email or a family member triggers you. Press pause. Don't ignore the feeling, but don't let it dictate your actions. Practice with breath. Take 3 deep, slow breaths before reacting. It slows your heart rate, signaling you're not in danger. This delay helps you move to conscious thought. Create physical distance. Say, "I need water," or "let me think." For digital communication, use the 24-hour rule for angry messages. Don't respond for a day. The pause button is a skill requiring practice. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. This habit is the foundation for effective silence. Choose your response with intention. In a noisy workplace, strategic silence can make you more influential. In meetings, listen intently. Take notes. When you speak, your words carry more weight. Silent listening builds your reputation as a thoughtful colleague. Silence is also powerful in negotiations. After making your point, pause. Resist over-explaining. Calm confidence can get you better outcomes. Use silence to handle criticism. Listen without interrupting, then respond thoughtfully. This shows maturity and prevents conflict. In relationships, silence can deepen connection. Resist the urge to fix problems with advice. Instead, offer silent, active listening. Put your phone away, make eye contact, and just be there. Let them pour out feelings without interruption. Silence is also crucial for de-escalating arguments. Take a peaceful pause. It protects the relationship from further damage. Use silence to rebuild trust. Create a safe, quiet space. Your patient silence invites them to open up. Create pockets of shared silence. Go for a walk in nature without talking. Sit together and watch a sunset. These moments build intimacy and communicate acceptance. Sharing peace strengthens your bond. We have traveled together, exploring the power of silence. We began by acknowledging the constant noise of our modern world, draining our energy. Silence is not just an absence of sound, but a powerful form of communication, a gateway to our inner world. By pausing, we reclaim our power. In the quiet space we create, clarity is born, allowing us to make wiser decisions. This transforms our relationships, building connections based on safety and respect. Your silence shows you are in control of yourself. Your silence makes them wonder and reflect. Now you have the practical tools to begin this transformation. The journey begins with a single, intentional pause. It's a quiet revolution, and it starts inside of you. Remember, your energy is your most sacred resource. The world will never stop trying to take it from you. You have absolute power over how you choose to respond. Every time you pause, you are honoring yourself. It is the most essential form of self-care you can practice in a loud world. It is about becoming so strong that the small things no longer have the power to shake you. Your silence is not emptiness. It is a space filled with wisdom and strength. This is where your true power lies. Just for today, try to press the pause button once. Take 3 deep breaths before you respond. You are learning that your silence can be your greatest strength. Choose your peace. Choose your power. Choose your silence.